Without a job, I can't even afford to eat. A master's degree earns $420 a month. It's hard to find a job in Beijing or Shanghai. I posted this video because I am really feeling down. After class, I chatted with my classmates and we talked about finding a job in China. Since he felt he couldn't find a good job in China, he wanted to stay in Australia while I just wanted to find a job in Shanghai. However, the competition for autumn recruitment this year may be very fierce. Since August, I have not received any offers, and I haven't even had one interview. Not a single company is willing to interview me, so I am under a lot of pressure right
知道
now.
一份月薪
I
3000
know
多
my
的工作有
family
多少人在
supported
排队
me,
面试
and
吗？
they spent a lot
是我
of
不想
time
去
and
吗？
money to send
从
me
上高
abroad.
中开始。
Now, without even a job, I feel really discouraged. The outside world has noticed that in the current job market, even job seekers in first-tier cities are finding it hard to secure an ideal job. Therefore, today's graduates are increasingly focusing on second-tier cities, and this trend is becoming more and more apparent. Moreover, the influx of highly educated talent has worsened the involution phenomenon in the job market, with the number of college graduates exceeding 11.79 million in 2024. The pressure on the job market has become unprecedented. Hello, friends. Let me share a secret. My salary in October will probably be less than 3,000 yuan, about $420. I graduated with a master's degree in engineering in 2023. So, I sincerely advise younger students, if you graduate and are eligible to take the selection and transfer exam, do take it. If you can't pass that exam, consider positions as civil servants, career positions, counselors, etc. If you just aim to work in a company, it's truly the worst option among the worst. After working for half a month, I finally got paid. Let me show you how much it is. Some people think my salary is fake. They say, "You work so many hours a day. How can your salary be so low?" So, I've included a screenshot here for you to see. I started working on August 19th and worked for about 12 days. We had a 1-week training period at that time. During this week, if you were eliminated, you would only be paid 100 yuan per day. In June this year, 24-year-old Chang Hua graduated from a second-tier university in Qingdao. Coming from a remote village in Panzihua, Sichuan, she always wanted to go a little further and escape the closed-off mountain life. To pursue this, she began learning painting in junior high school and passed the art exam to become an artist, which forced her parents to borrow money everywhere. In 2020, Chang Hua was admitted to university as she had hoped, and for the first time, she left her hometown and came to Qingdao. Initially, she chose environmental design as her major, hoping it would lead to better job prospects after graduation. But when she graduated, the industry was in a downturn. Last year, she attempted to get into Sichuan Normal University as a graduate student but failed, which was a major blow for her. While resting at home, she accidentally saw a blogger's video mentioning a woman who couldn't find a job after graduation and chose cleaning. At first, Changhua was surprised, but after looking up more information online, she found that more and more college graduates were taking on cleaning work. After her graduation defense, she brought her luggage to Hangzhou and found a job as a cleaner a few days later. She said that although the job was hard, it allowed her to afford rent and living expenses, and it also helped relieve the insomnia and stress caused by her failed postgraduate entrance exam. Besides work, she could also arrange some time for herself. When her brother learned that Changhua was doing cleaning, he was very puzzled and asked her, "If you wanted to be a cleaner, what was the point of going to college?" She chose to remain silent. Some people online questioned if Changhua was taking jobs from women over 45, but some bloggers supported her, believing it's not shameful to earn a living through work. Others pointed out that, given the current employment pressures, many graduates from prestigious schools and even postgraduates are taking up simple labor such as housekeeping, security, and delivery services. Many netizens also expressed their frustration with the current employment situation. It's really difficult for environmental design graduates to find jobs. The current employment environment isn't great, and it's better to find work than to stay at home with no income. She's self-reliant and deserves respect. Many people noted that, in light of a challenging job market, survival is the primary concern. There is also data showing that nearly 14% of students start looking for jobs in their junior year, making it normal to prepare early and build job hunting experience. Actually, I don't want to promote anxiety, but I am genuinely anxious. From the beginning of college, I knew I didn't want to take the postgraduate entrance exam or the civil service exam, so I aimed to find a job. I started interning in my freshman year. Basically, except for classes, I was working. I worked in new media operations, directed variety shows, and interned at NetEase Cloud Music, working on business tasks. This way, I personally feel my experience is quite rich, and it has helped me build valuable experience and connections. I thought that with all this, I would at least secure a good job after graduation, if not an exceptional one. But unfortunately, many people are saying that the overall economic environment isn't good this year and that it's tough to make money. And it's true. But I didn't expect that after working so hard for 4 years in college, moving to 4 or 5 cities a year, balancing internships and studies, staying up so many nights to compete and complete projects, and dedicating time and energy to charity, I would still be earning a monthly salary of 3,000 yuan after graduation. No different than when I was an intern. Economic recovery seems hopeless, and well-known foreign companies have reduced their business in China. Recently, the Chinese Communist Party has introduced a number of economic stimulus policies, hoping to boost consumption, stabilize the housing market, attract foreign investment, and reverse the bleak economic situation. However, China's economy continues to be sluggish, prompting foreign companies to adjust their operating strategies and reduce their business activities in the country. On October 28th, Reuters reported that major companies such as Hermes, L'Oreal, Coca-Cola, and United Airlines announced that, due to the unresolved real estate crisis and high youth unemployment rates, consumer spending in China continued to decline. As a result, these companies decided to adjust their strategies by cutting prices, reducing costs, and scaling back their business activities in China. Recently, French carbon graphite manufacturer Mersen announced it would close a factory in China. International food companies Danone and Nestlé have increased price cuts to boost sales through online shopping. Coca-Cola CEO James Quincey mentioned in a financial report conference call that the operating environment in China remains challenging. Coca-Cola released its financial report on the 23rd, indicating that its revenue in the third quarter of 2024 exceeded $11.8 billion, a year-on-year decrease of 1%, while its net profit exceeded $2.8 billion, a year-on-year decline of 7.8%. Analysts pointed out that these large companies are currently only tentatively adjusting their strategies in China. Journalist Wang He said, "The Chinese environment has become a vortex, exposing significant risks. One policy recommended by Wall Street is to avoid investing in China altogether. Regardless of how cheap assets may be, investors are hesitant. These large companies have heavily invested in China and taken root here, but the problem is that the market has become increasingly inhospitable. They are now at a crossroads, wondering if they can survive or if they should withdraw quickly." Recently, the CCP has launched a series of stimulus measures to support the economy, aiming to attract foreign investment, boost consumption, stabilize the housing market, and resolve the local debt crisis. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, released its World Economic Outlook on the 23rd, lowering its forecast for China's economic growth and warning that the housing market crisis may worsen, posing significant risks to economic growth. American economist David J. Wong remarked, "As the Chinese government has introduced a series of economic stimulus policies to attract foreign investment, multinational companies are adjusting their strategies in China. This change reflects the complexities of the Chinese market and the impact of the global economic and political environment on foreign investment. Although China's economic stimulus policies have aimed to restore growth, the problem of weak domestic demand remains severe. Recent data show that China's economy continues to struggle, with increasing deflationary pressure, slowing export growth, and sluggish loan demand. In September, profits for industrial enterprises fell by 27.1%,